回到文茜的世界周报一刚开头的时候，我告诉各位，在极地地区非常不幸的，我们看到人类目前可以找到最大的一个冰川，它出现了2条裂缝。它不是一首诗，但它可能真的是一个预言。从北极这个地方开始，它可能因为温度的改变，就会改变全世界的洋流，而洋流的改变，随着全球暖化，更加上洋流的变化，它使得各地的生态都跟我们所了解的会产生天翻地覆的改变。了解海洋，其实对人类居住的陆地来说是一个无比重要的事情。非常感谢蓝色星球影片，也就是得力影视独家授权给文茜的世界周报，这是英国广播电视公司 BBC 所拍摄的蓝色星球，里头关于潮汐以及洋流篇，这里头和气候的关系，和生物繁衍的关系，让我们了解我们所居住的真正的唯一的家园，那才是我们唯一的不可避开的故乡。不论你迁徙到哪里，它都是你的故乡，叫做地球。而地球所有的生态，地球大多数的面积都是由海洋所覆盖的。让我们来看蓝色星球里头为你介绍海洋里头的潮汐以及洋流。
There is a force sufficiently powerful to move the oceans of this world. A force not of this earth. The moon is large enough to generate gravity and with sufficient force to pull on the earth 230,000 miles away.
每一次的潮来潮往都宣示着大餐的开始。
In just 6 hours, 100 billion tons of water will flow out of the bay. The sea level falling by as much as 15 meters and exposing vast tracts of mud and sand. At first sight, a barren place, entirely devoid of life. In fact, the damp sand is packed with microscopic life, the myofauna, feeding in a sandy underworld quite unaffected by the departure of the sea.
潮汐孕育了丰富的食物，也主宰了生物繁衍的规律。
Throughout each month, the size and strength of the tide changes. The biggest tides of all happen when the gravities of the sun and moon pull in unison. That happens immediately after the new moon. And again after the full moon. A half moon in November. It's the time of small tides. Christmas Island in the Pacific. Strange happenings are afoot. It's one of only a few nights each year when female Christmas Island crabs risk heading down towards the sea. Around the island they number in tens of thousands, and all of them are laden with hundreds of eggs. They have to shed them into the ocean if the eggs are to develop into baby crabs. But these are land crabs, and they can neither swim nor breathe underwater. There's a great risk of drowning, which is why they pick the smallest tides of the month to minimize the danger. Whether it's the daily or monthly cycle, tides are the rhythm of the ocean, its pulsing clock. For every tide brings opportunity to marine life somewhere in the world.
比起出现在沿岸潮汐，对地球气候影响更关键的角色是洋流的循环。
The Earth's surface is warmed unevenly by the sun. Heat, a form of energy, helps drive ocean and atmospheric circulation. The ocean absorbs and stores more heat than the atmosphere. Both the atmosphere and ocean move heat. The atmosphere does this quickly, the ocean slowly. Multiple forces keep the global ocean conveyor belt, or thermohaline circulation, in perpetual motion. Below the surface, deeper currents are driven by differences in density. The replacement of cold water by warm water leads to air temperature swings and changes in humidity. This alters weather patterns by steering storms and rainfall to new locations.
洋流影响的不只是气候的变换，还带来无穷尽的生命。
Here in Alaska, the coastal waters turn green with a sudden bloom of phytoplankton. Herring that have spent the winter far out to sea time their return to the shallow waters to coincide with this bloom. They come in vast numbers and initiate one of the most productive food chains in all the oceans. Humpback whales are at the top of that food chain. They have spent the winter breeding in the warmer tropical waters off Hawaii. But there was little food for them there. This herring bonanza provides the vast majority of their food for the year. The herring themselves, however, have not come here for food. They are about to breed. Nothing deters them as they head for even shallower waters. Now the waters are so shallow that glaucous-winged gulls are able to snatch live fish from just below the surface. In spite of these attacks and losses, the herrings swim on until they reach the vegetation that the females need if they are to lay. Each female produces around 20,000 eggs, and they're very sticky. The males arrive soon after the females have spawned and release their sperm in vast milky clouds. Soon, the excesses of the herring's sexual spree creates a thick white scum on the surface. Through the season, curds of sperm clog the shores for hundreds of miles, from British Columbia in the south all the way to Alaska in the north. After a few days, this gigantic spawning comes to an end, and the herring head back out to deeper waters, leaving behind them fertilized eggs plastered on every rock and strand of vegetation. But in the meantime, all these eggs provide food for armies of different animals, both below and above the surface. Millions of birds arrive to collect a share of the herring's bounty. Some of it is easily gathered, for millions of eggs have been washed up onto the shore. This encapsulated energy is particularly valuable to migrating birds. The migratory birds leave to continue their journey north. They will not come back until the herring also return next year.
年复一年，生命在自然的规律中成长陨落。但若是气候变迁持续恶化，打破了既有的规律，面临的恐怕不仅仅是单一物种的消逝。